righteous in the tight dress. I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101. How to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Blunts in rotation. My man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and we're smoking, drinking. Got the hooker thinking. If money smell bad, then this nigga Big is stinking. Is it my charm? I got the hookers eating.
PJ's Garage is going mobile. And I got this shit show to work on. Apparently he says it's running rich. The guy had put pod filters on it and rejetted it or whatever, and I don't know if it's correct. But you know, I got Fee's motorcycle over here. A little shout out, my buddy Scotty. I know that's her friend, or his friend. She owns it, Fee. And already I see there's a big puddle of gas on the floor, so I'm wondering if the petcock's even working. I gotta look in here and, you know, it doesn't smell too much like gas. I don't know where it's all coming from. And that's too bad because it pissed all over the motor, and the motor did not have the correct kind of paint on it to stop gas. But even gas will probably fuck up anything. I'm probably gonna pull the plugs, check those, maybe see if it even starts. I don't know which way this petcock goes, so wish me luck. We'll see what works. That battery's tiny. Oh my god, it's not big enough. So this bike's looking pretty sad. Battery's too small, and the choke cable is unmentionable. If you pull on it, it goes to like there, and the main problem is that the spring on it isn't connected. You see it wiggling there? So even if I pull it all the way, it doesn't take it up all the way until I push it up with my thumb, and I still don't think that's closed all the way. It's not in there right. But I gotta check to make sure there's even gas getting in there. It may not be a rich issue. It may actually be that there's no gas in it, because I don't know, it's just my theory. But if you try to crank it, and it's got an accelerator pump on it, I don't think I'm getting any gas in it. Doesn't fucking do a damn thing. It doesn't even sound like it wants to try to kick over. So I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna drain the bowl, see if there's any gas in it. Then I'm gonna pull the plugs and see what they look like or what they are doing. And oh my god, poor thing. They obviously painted it with the headers on it. They painted over it. Somebody did a shit job on this. This thing isn't worth its weight in fucking dollar bills. This, I'm surprised. Really? Really? Oh god, how did this thing even pass inspection? June. Okay, it was running in June. Jesus. Gosh. I got a little kitty friend checking out what I'm doing. A little cutie. Alright, so I just drained the bowl, and we're gonna tighten up the freaking drain screw. I'm gonna pour it, see how much we got. 2 ounces, not too bad. That's what you're supposed to have. I'm gonna drain the other side, that's the left carburetor. This is getting interesting. So I pulled off the plugs and I realized that I had never heard of a plug like this, and it looks like a goddamn fucking lawnmower spark plug. And the guy who sold him the bike like literally painted the bike with these plugs in it. So obviously the motor was on the bike and everything like that. I don't even know if he got paint. He must have taken off the tank because he got it up above the header of the valve cover or whatever. And these are fouled. That is completely black. I don't think I could clean that or get it any better. It's just covered in deposit and solid. I don't think you can do anything with it. So the guy's running out to go buy some new freaking plugs. Oh my god, he painted the exhaust muffler too, and look, he painted it with crinkly ass paint. This fucking guy didn't know what the hell he was doing. The front rim is not painted, and the fucking fender hits it, and the back rim is painted, kind of. I think there's actually paint on the tire. Oh Jesus! And the chain is way too loose, so maybe I'll fix that for him while he's putting around. I'll tell him at least I fixed that for him. Aside from that, man, I can't really pull out the. I'm gonna take these carbs off. I think I'm gonna take them off. Connect that fucking spring on there. Man, I feel bad. I feel bad for somebody who buys a bike and it's just shot. It's fucking shot. Oh, my battery's dying. Wonderful. Alright. Let's check the gears while we're at it. Yeah, I'll do that. See ya. Problem number 2 or 5. The slack on the chain is like 2 inches or maybe even more, which is awful. It's supposed to be like 3/4 to like 1 1/4 or something like that. The chain's wiggling around and the adjustment is maxed out. I didn't bring a wrench with me to loosen the nut on that side, so I can't really fix it right now. And I can see on that gear that the teeth are worn up a little bit. I doubt this thing even got ridden around very much to fuck it up, but that's not right. And I believe it's because these are not the original mounts on here, which I don't know how the fuck you got that off. I think that it's supposed to be like down more and then to give it a little more distance, because if the swing arm came down, then it would have more tension on the chain. So this bike is fucked in a sense, and in more ways than one, which is to be expected. So working on it. What'll happen here? What is that? A fucking piece of black tape covering up how they chopped off the end? That's so fucking gay. Alright, I'm pissed. I would fucking... Dude, I would not have bought this bike. It's a shit show. Welcome to the shit show. So you see, I had it going for a second, and immediately I pull out the plug, and it's covered in gas. Totally smells like gas. So I'm thinking, given what's going on here, that the carbs are still running too rich. I'm gonna try. This is coated in gas, I think. Fuck. We'll see. I can try to give it more air. Alright, we'll see what happens. So you kind of get an idea that it must be running way too rich, which he told me it was, and I just get piles of fucking smoke coming out, and it goes on 2 cylinders, then it goes on 1, then it goes on like none, it just fucking dies. Woo! I didn't like that. Too soon. Alright, so I put the plugs back in after cleaning them off, and I'm just gonna keep the gas off because obviously it has too much gas. One. I don't know which one. Wasn't running on that one. It's running on that one. So I've come to the conclusion that these carbs are no fucking good because they run too goddamn rich. These pop filters look like they're soaked in gas, and I gotta take the carbs off. That's what I'm doing. Gonna take carbs off. I'm gonna see what the jets are. I'm gonna see what they're supposed to be. This is tough because if I don't have the bike to have in my presence, then I can't like test the carbs. Alright, moving on. So aside from what I think, make sure the camera's turning, what I think is wrong, there's definitely gas in the oil because I just cleaned off the dipstick and there's like an extra, I don't know how much, an inch on there, and it's really, really thin, and it smells kind of like gas. Not terrible, but there's way too much oil in there, so you gotta drain the fucking oil. It's no fucking good. That's gotta happen. I figured if it was running too rich, then there might be like gas in the oil, but you know if it was leaking in or whatever. So I'm gonna recommend him that we change the oil too. Moving on, I'm gonna take the carbs off and take them home, see what I can do. So I pulled the carbs off. The obvious things: he painted the frame while the carbs were on. This choke spring here is it's not fucking working. My phone's ringing. And the boots were full of gas. I'm gonna answer my phone. So it is later in the evening. I went home, ate some food, took a nap. I fixed Jeff's bike. That's this guy's friend's bike.
Hey.
And these are the carburetors. They look exactly the same. Probably are exactly the same as the ones that were on my Honda CX500. I can tell they're the same vintage because they look exactly the same. I mean, except for these ones, it looks like you fill up over here and it goes that way instead of going into a T. So maybe these are like one more vintage older. Like I had the other CX500, the Deluxe, which was like 1 or 2 year model years older, maybe. I don't even remember what year that fucking thing was. But anyway, it had an accelerator pump like this one does. And I don't know if the accelerator pump works in this or not. I don't think it needs to. I should open it up and check it out and make sure it's just not fucking open all the way, because if that was open all the time, that would give it a problem. But I'm gonna crack open the bottoms of these bowls and see how big those fucking jets are. I'll also take apart the top and see if there's just gas leaking all over the place and straighten this out, because it's just a preference. You should put them on the same way each way. He's got the key in pointing forward, that's right, and this one right here is backwards, that's not right. I had another thought that these pod filters, when they go on, they might block one of those holes right there, this right here. That could be wrong. Not a huge deal, but I believe that does make airflow possible. You know, and airflow is one of the issues. So I'm gonna see what I can do. I'll also have to check out that spring, get it hooked back up somehow. It looks like it just popped off. Fucking janky crap. Alright, sucks. That sucks. Alright, moving on. Okay, jump right back into the video like 2 seconds later, because I noticed that, why is there a screw missing there? Oh, the stay that goes across here is fucking missing. That's retarded. Probably did it because he couldn't figure out how to shove him back in. What a dumbass. I'm pissed at this guy now, because these carbs aren't complete now. Fuck. I'll see if I can do a little research and maybe find another one of these goddamn things. Son of a bitch. Okay, I went and I opened up the slow air cutoff valves. This one had not been taken off because they buggered the other screw and then gave up. This one looked like it was new and replaced. Thanks. I still can't believe it's missing the other brace over here. That's fucking retarded. Now, I took off these. I forgot what this hole right here was. I thought there was a jet in there, but I guess there's not. But when I took off the slow jet and the main jet, this is the holder for the main jet. The holder for the main jet had a 110 in it, and I feel like 110 might be the original, but the slow jet had a 105, and in my mind, the slower one I thought used to be like a 70 or an 80 or something like that. And if you're going to put on pods, you're only supposed to bump it up to like, the last time I put pods on carbs that were like these, I think I put on like a 92, and that was like too hot. It was supposed to be like 9125 or something like that, or 9120. I gotta look it up again. But being the fact that they're almost the same exact number, that's not fucking right. So I think your slow jet is like idling for this thing, and it's just pouring gas in there, and it just doesn't know what the fuck to do with it. I ran the bike it ran good for a minute as soon as I put the new plugs in, and then it started to die. Both plugs got fouled almost immediately, probably about a minute. And these things right here are soaked in gas. Yeah, they're crud. They're supposed to be pink, I think, or maybe gray, but they're just, I can tell they're soaked. Alright, so I'm going to see what these are supposed to be, and we're going to see if I can find a number up just slightly more. I got to look through my parts and try to find my jets. I got crap all over this freaking garage, and I might have some leftovers that I could change out. We'll see what I got. And I'm going to look at the other side and see if they're even the same. Would it be funny if they weren't the same? Well, doing my research here, and I don't know if the camera can even focus on it. I looked up a kit for a CB400, which I'll check with them and make sure this is the bike. And a stock kit from Too Fast Moto has a 118 and a 72. So my friggin' slow jet is still huge. Just a little bit of an update on these carbs. Got those straightened out so they're both facing the same way. Stupid ass paint still on the wrong side of it. I took off both the slower cutoff valves, and that one right there seemed a little rough because no one ever took it off. I tested this, and when I pull the throttle, it pushes on it. That's the accelerator pump. I took the jets out, and I got them in a bag. A buddy of mine has a 90, has two 90s, because I looked up and it should be like 90, 135 for pods. That's just like that's my best well-rounded estimate of what I think is going to take to run this thing. And he's got something that's a little bit smaller than 135, but I got some micros here, and we're gonna hope that I can maybe drill it out. Hopefully the two that are broken aren't the ones that I need to drill it out to get it close to where it needs to be. I think anything bigger in the main jet, that one right there, it was running, whatever, we'll see what the hell happens. But the choke spring, I wound it around and got it connected, and now they actually move the way they should. If the choke is pulled, there it is. I don't think it goes any further than that. Yeah, it's tough to see. If it really closed all the way, it would be like that. Whatever, it's better than it was. So that is ready to go, and now the problem that I noticed about it that was a minor thing is that the fool who dicked around with these before took off the brace that goes on there. So in here I'm fabricating something up, and I just have to I don't think it's gonna be an issue about anything in here. It should actually be an angle. Like, I've got pieces of angle, but they're huge and they're aluminum. So I got a piece of steel that I had sitting around, and I just need to cut out notches here so that the filters, because I tried putting a filter on that and there's not quite enough room for a filter. So if I cut out all this shit, I should still be able to get the filters on, drill some holes in it, and then at least these things would be braced so that torsions and twistings don't, because all you got to do is just if that brace over there wasn't holding it good, then the fuel tubes, they're just held in by force. There's O-rings in there, so fuck me if this thing started leaking all over the place and pissing gas because I jostled them around too much. The brace is at least me trying to alleviate that being a problem. That's it. We're gonna see if I can get those jets and get this thing running today. Da-da-da. That should be good. Alright, the mobile mechanic is out on the scene, back in the garage with the, I guess it's the CB400 Hawk. I kind of wish I had a Hawk. It was in stock condition, but anyway. I put some different jets in it. I put in 90, 137, and 137.5. So 90 in the slow, 137 in the main. While I was at the house, I decided to replace that one, the slower cutoff valve. This one looked really good because he got it, and this one right here had a buggered up screw, so I put a new screw in it. And yeah, you already know what else is going on with it. So these are ready to go in, and I gave it a good whiff, and there was like this much oil up on the friggin' dipstick, so there was too much oil in here, but I think it smells a little bit pissy like gas. So I'm gonna change the oil, and I'm gonna adjust the chain, because the chain is like this. Boop, boop. That's like almost 3 inches of fucking slack, and they're maxed out like all the way in. So that's retarded, and I didn't have my monkey wrench with me last time, so I'm gonna see if I can bust this freaking nut on here, and oh god, I hope I can. I'm gonna be so pissed if it's like seriously. Oh god damn it. Alright, I'll figure it out, and I'll move it around and change the oil and then get those carbs back on and see if it fires up. Yay. So I'm just gonna put this in the video just to show how retarded it is sometimes. I don't understand what happened here, but yeah, it's upside down, I know. If you can see the marks, I've got it pulled like as tight as I can get it on this side, and the screw doesn't fit. That's not the factory screw because it doesn't have a little rounded head on it, and it's bent. So it's on the second notch, and over here, it's on like the first notch, which I need to get it on the second notch at least because I can't get the other one over any further, but I can't adjust it any further because it doesn't go in far enough to even touch it. So I'm gonna have to back this one out all the way and take off the nut and hopefully get just enough to push it so that I can get it onto the second notch. Actually, you know what? I think it could have just been the pods. Okay.
righteous in the tight dress. I think I might just hit her with a little Biggie 101, how to tote a gun and have fun with Jamaican rum conversation. Blunts in rotation, my man Big Jock got the Glock in his waist and we're smoking, drinking, got the hooker thinking. If money smell bad, then this nigga Big is stinking.